Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing well. Today I'm doing a quick review of the Awesafe gun safe.
So what I'm going to be doing today is three separate things. First, I'm going to be talking about the general basics of this safe. The dimensions of this safe are 12.9 inches by 9.9 inches and is 3.2 inches tall. So it's about the size of a shoebox, but obviously the height is a little bit less than that. It is the perfect size to fit in a drawer, and it's not too heavy that if you drill it into a wall somewhere with this safe, so that makes life a little bit easier. The safe is made out of 18 gauge steel, so it is pretty durable. This safe is more meant for keeping children out or keeping just random visitors away from firearms or personal belongings. Doesn't have to be firearms. It is 9.7 inches by 6.7 inches, and I think the height is 2.2 inches. To give you guys perspective, I'll go ahead and put my firearm in here. This is a smaller firearm. It is the SIG P365, so that takes up about half the safe. So if you had another gun of a similar size, you would probably put that in there as well. Another thing is this safe does come with a 1-year warranty, which is super nice. So if you have any malfunctions, you do have that peace of mind. So let's go ahead and talk about the good of this safe, in my opinion. So the good thing about this safe is there are 3 different ways you can enter this safe. You can use the key here, you can use a 4-digit passcode, or you can use your fingerprint. So, and you don't have to use all of them. You can just only set up a passcode or only set up a fingerprint. Steel, and it's not like it's just randomly going to open. I haven't had any instances of that. So it seems to be pretty reliable, what I wanted it for. I really like the size of it too. It's small enough that it can fit in some really smaller spaces, and you can keep them out of people's eyes. It's not a giant safe, which are pretty easy to find. So moving on here, the pre-drilled holes. So this is a convenient thing to have. A lot of safes have this, but they even have the pre-drilled out styrofoam portion of these holes, which is super convenient. So that is another plus. The one downside I do have with these little inserts here is that if you do have it screwed on, these things.
I hope you guys enjoy this video.
Hello and welcome to Unmatched Value's review of this biometric quick access. It's made by SentrySafe. I'm going to do a quick review on it, talk about how to set it up, and then talk about the safety and how I picked this lock. When you get the box, the safe won't have any batteries inside of it, so you'll have to open it with the keys for the first time. The keys will be outside the safe, obviously. Inside you'll find 2 screws to somewhere. Alright, so to put in the batteries on the front of the safe right here, you don't have to put them in inside the safe. This thing just pops right off, so you can take it out. Pop in the batteries. Now do not put it back in the slot yet, because you need to set up your code. Also, make sure you're using the right type of batteries. I've noticed there's a lot of reviews online with people complaining about battery life, and I think that could be fixed by using the proper types of batteries. I've had this safe for 2 weeks now, and no issues with battery life, and some of the reviews I saw were like a week, 2 weeks, and the battery's completely dead. And I think it's because they are using the wrong type of batteries. So moving on, to program the code and the fingerprint, you're going to need to be hitting that little blue button right there. It's right down the middle of the battery slot. And there we go. Our new code is set. Press to power it on, and then you type in your code. And there we go. Now to program your fingerprints, it's pretty much the same thing. Press and hold the button. Go ahead and swipe it. Every time you swipe, the green light should blink once. When you're done, it'll blink 3 times. Make sure to change up your finger a little bit every time. Should be about 5 to 10 times. And here we go. It means it's done. If you want to enter a second pair of fingerprints, a second fingerprint, go ahead and start scanning it now. If not, just wait. It'll blink red 3 times, meaning it's done. There you go. Now your fingerprints are set. Go ahead. Thanks for watching my video. Hopefully this helps some of you out.
Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the MX series from VAULTEK. So VAULTEK safes, I am a big fan of these. I have one of the small ones, the Life Pod, for carrying around and traveling. Then I have a medium-sized one for my home defense gun for my bedside. And then I also have this one. This one is the MX series, and this is probably my favorite just because of the size and the amount of stuff I can carry in it. It's got a combination up top here. You can get an option for a biometric, which this one does not. And then you also have a button that you could press, and it'll open the door for you as well for quick access if you need to get to it quickly. But there's just a large compartment inside. It's very customizable on the inside as well, which we'll go over in the full review. So if you have children, that's going to be kind of my main thing. If you want to keep items or firearms or certain things safe out of their hands but easily accessible to you, then I think VAULTEK safes, especially the MX series, is definitely a way to go. So that's the anti-theft alarm, which I was going to go over a little bit later, but that's a good example of what it sounds like. So if it shakes or is tampered with, it sets an alarm off and sends it to your app, which we'll discuss here a little bit later and show you the app itself. So some of the cool key features about this safe and the things that I really like is the fact that there's multiple ways to get into it. You've got the combination on top, you've got a biometric option, and then you also have a key, which is hidden here right on top, which is a really cool spot because it really doesn't look like a key is going to be there. So really just someone like you is going to know that, or somebody that already owns these or looked into these. Other than that, you're really not going to be able to tell that there's a key there. And that's just in case the battery dies or you forget your combination for some reason, you have access through a key. The other way, there's a button that you can press that will allow you to get into the safe, which is a really cool option as well, which is probably the way that I use the most, mainly because if I'm getting into it, depending on the time, like if I want to leave for work early in the morning, I want to get into it, I don't want to press a bunch of buttons and make the noises, I can just press that button and it opens automatically, and I don't have to bother Kayla or the baby if they're sleeping. And it's just a little bit quicker. Honestly, I'm just lazy and don't want to press in the combination. You can set the sounds option as on and off. You can use that through the app. I just have it on because I like having the audible tone, knowing if I click the button. But you can set it off if you want it to be a little bit more, hidden. Let me know what you guys think there if you want me to continue to update people on what's going on.
This is an RPNB product, the RP311F, desk-mounted firearm safety device, and it's one of the most poorly designed products I've examined. It allows for mechanical bypass of the latching mechanism. It allows for the reset or registration button to be accessed. It has a weak lock, and it's not really designed to be used. If I try to draw a handgun out of this and keep my index finger extended to avoid sliding my finger inside the trigger guard, I jam my finger on the hinge. It doesn't matter whether you're left-handed or right-handed. The way the hinge is designed, you can't avoid jamming your finger on it. And if you try to holster a gun in this, again, keeping your finger on the barrel, you're jamming your finger on the hinge. Now about mechanical bypass, the latching mechanism inside of here is assembled on a tray, which is screwed into place. The orientation follows the contour of the box, so the tray is at an angle like this. This hole opens directly over the top of the mechanism, and I can reach in with a piece of coat hanger wire. And I'll reach in right over the electronics, and now I have a piece of coat hanger wire next to the release. Inside of here is a spring release latching mechanism, and there's a short release wire running along the front. I just have to pull on that wire. And if I'm careful to draw my coat hanger wire out slowly, I can avoid snagging any of the electronics and avoid damaging the mechanism. Now this hole opens up right beneath the housing I described, and within an inch and a half of this hole is the reset button. It's completely unprotected and waiting to be pressed. First, let me show you that my thumbprint is not enrolled in the system. Nothing happens. Then I'll press it and hold it for 3 seconds. I can't endorse a lock for which there is a specific tool. Actually, I can't endorse anything this company sells at all.
Alright, so this is just going to be a quick rundown of the Barska Quick Access Gun Safe. I just acquired this maybe about 2 weeks ago for about $200, give or take, on Amazon. You can also purchase this directly from the manufacturer. Alright, so let me talk a little bit about this. This is the biometric fingerprint sensor. I prefer this because, you just got to be ready no matter what. If I got to wake up in the middle of the night and I'm just out of it, I don't want to have to worry about pressing numbers or putting in a dial combination. I just want to put my thumb on there and it open. And this is what that does. You can register up to 30 fingerprints. And it's pretty simple. Once you press it, there's a little button on the inside. You just press it, this thing lights up, you hold your thumb on there, it'll basically give you an indicator that it scanned and saved the thumbprint, and that's pretty much it. After that, you just press the button. Alright, so first thing I do want to mention is that the felt lining did not come with this model. The $200 model is just all metal on the inside. It's just basically a locker. If you want something that's real slim, that's not going to take up a lot of room in, you know, wherever you're going to put it, whether it's in your garage or your closet, this is the best safe to go with. However, I would recommend that you do the felt lining yourself. A lot of guns can scratch easily, so if you're someone who likes to take care of your weapons, I definitely would do this. Basically, all I did is I bought some felt lining from Lowe's and got the industrial spray adhesive, and this worked perfectly. Maybe took me about 30 minutes, and it was pretty easy. Anyways, so this top part was actually intended for pistols. However, if you have multiple pistols, you're going to have a tough time pulling the pistols out. Thank you.